Okay, so with us now beating the story mode and also showcasing all the secret vehicles this game has to offer, we are now going to get on with the bonus game mode. And basically what this is, well, these are the bonus tracks that we unlocked from all the collector card things that we needed to finish. And this is all 7 tracks. We're pretty much going to do these in ascending order. And we're pretty much just going to do them all in forward direction because, well, then I don't have to think too much about how I am going to do this. I could do the forward and reverse directions, but to be honest, I just really want to get this over and done with. This also isn't my first attempt of recording this, so that's my other excuse for not wanting to be here too long. Plus, there is just so much pollen right now, and it's really causing my thoughts to just be rammed into one, or not wanting to stay together. And I think Marge is driving the zombie car. Yes, she is. I think I also saw Lisa on the ATV. So we're just going to do all 7 tracks in the forward direction, because then that way I don't have to think too much, and I also don't have to overthink it either. I do have other plans coming up. One of them will of course be my next playthrough of Midnight Club 3, which I have now decided is going to be what I do next. But it will be the original version, not the remix version. So, that's the end of race 1, and everyone finished except for Bart. And my best overall lap in that first race was a 16.25. Less than 2 seconds faster than Lisa. Okay, that's our first one done. Now we move on to the second one. Yeah, we'll be Marge. And for this, we'll use... because speed matters if you want to win in the bonus game races. Yeah, we'll use the clown car. It seems like the optimal choice for just this sort of circuit configuration, I hope. Especially on those bumps with the railroad tracks. Or should I say the speed bumps? Yeah, I will be honest. I think bonus game mode in this game is a bit finicky, to be honest. Like, it's not bad or terrible in any way, it's just a bit finicky because of how narrow the tracks are and also because of how easy it is to just, well, get collected by the rest of the pack. It's just so easy to get yourself wrecked by the AI, even if it's not your fault, and vice versa. It's just the sort of thing that, I mean, unless you're able to stay out of trouble in the best ways possible, then you're not going to get away from it. But somehow, some way, I have found a way to get through it. And that's why I am actually leading, even though this wasn't my first attempt, because, well, I got drilled by the delivery truck before. Or one of the delivery trucks. It was unpleasant, to say the least. Anyway. I win, Apu second, Homer third, and Lisa finished fourth. I think the best way I can really describe the bonus game mode is it doesn't exactly bring out the best. I think the best way I can really describe bonus game mode in this game is it really does not bring out the best parts of the game. Yeah, we'll try the curator. I've also established that if you do want to win in these bonus game races, then speed and acceleration both matter. And it also helps if your vehicle is nimble as well. Again, like I said, the reason my voice is not on point at the moment is because there is just so much pollen. It's almost like the butterfly effect. Where a seemingly small and insignificant change for the time can then have longer lasting consequences for the future of what comes next. And Mr. Plow was actually leading this race, I think driven by Marge.
This looks painful.
Or at least she was.
Whee!
Before I managed to get ahead of her. I'm still in this. Come on, go, go! Oh, I just got her! The game somehow gave me the extra boost to win. Don't know how. But I think I just beat her. And everyone finished as well. Cool and good. 3 tracks down and also 3 wins. I have also played as 3 characters, so we might as well play now as Alberto. Yeah, we'll drive the El Camino for our next one. Well, at least I'm actually staying out of trouble for a little bit. Even though I know it's probably not going to stay that way. Kind of cheated there, but you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. Basically, whenever I'm in traffic, it just, in general, is frustrating because you're not able to take the fucking routes you want to take unless you've got the advantage on acceleration and speed. Because those two things really matter if you want to succeed. And that time around I do. Even though the game loses my brakes for me. But I did step on the brakes at the end. But we got there eventually. Had to use Bart's Ferrini to get there, but we did manage to at least succeed in finishing. Now we just have to play as Lisa, and we're going to choose... Yeah, we'll go with the Longhorn. I do think the Longhorn is a good car for this. I think the two best words I'd use to describe bonus game mode in this game, as opposed to everything else you do, I think the first word I'd use to describe it is it's a bit finicky, and the other word I'd use to describe it is it's also quite frustrating, because you're basically driving on narrow roads. They practically have an impasse when you get in trouble, because there is just almost no way to avoid the chaos unless you're out front. And even when you do manage to dodge the AI, there's no guarantees in saying you're going to escape it. But thankfully that time at least I did manage to somehow find my way through. Anyway, 5 tracks down, 2 to go. Now let's move on to track number 6. And for this, yeah, let's be Apu again. Because I like Apu, that's why. And we're going to drive... Let's go with... Yeah, we gotta use the Bandit at least once for this, because of how fast the Bandit is. I think this is a good car. Yeah, to be honest, unless I am pretty much in clean air most of the time, it's not really possible for me to really dodge the bullets. I mean, it's almost like you're pretty much attached to a death wheel, and the one thing surrounding you is throwing knives. Like, you're essentially having to dodge throwing knives on a death wheel. And you're basically doing your best to not get stabbed by one of those throwing knives. That's probably the best way I would describe being in bonus game mode. Or in other words, it's like you're pretty much trying to fly a fighter jet in a living room. Almost. But nonetheless, I did manage to get through 6 of these 7 races with a W. And now we've got 1 track to go. And I think to end this off will be Homer. And I think just to keep it themed, we'll use the hearse. I think the hearse is a good car to use for this. And right at the end, my throat does manage to actually get itself reset and back into gear. Which is what I wanted to do, because it means I can actually talk more smoothly now. Or at least try to. I'm really not sure if I should have done bonus game mode in this game. It's not really leaving a pleasant taste in my mouth, to be honest. That pretty much says it all, to be honest. I think the only way I can really stay out of trouble is if I stay up front and somehow do not get absolutely drilled by the AI. Like I have been in certain places. Huh, he actually waited. I was not expecting that. For a brief moment I was getting a little bit angry, but since I'm actually out in clean air, and there's no one around to stop me this time... Wait, was that truck smoking? God, how many hits has he taken? He must have taken a few. Huh, Bart was in the coffin car. And right before I got drilled by the armoured truck, Bart was the only other finisher aside from me, as Apu and Lisa couldn't make it to the end. But to be honest, I'm actually glad that's over, and I'm just going to leave it with the forward directions because, well, that, to be honest, was frustrating more than anything else. It wasn't exactly fun, to be honest. Like, I'm not saying it was bad or terrible in any way, it just wasn't really for me, if that makes sense. No thank you. But anyway, that's the end of the bonus game experience, and in my opinion, it doesn't exactly show the best parts of the game, as opposed to everything else, but anyway. Bonus game mode is done, and that will do it for episode 32. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you next time for the finale of Simpsons Hit&Run.